Hi, it's me, Ingrid P. And happy Thanksgiving. I'm not American. I mean, I'm part American. Never really celebrated Thanksgiving except for a couple of times in my life, and it was like um, most of the times I don't remember because I was a small child. Um, but let's disregard from like all the food, the turkey. Let's disregard the family because disregard. I mean, like let's not let's step outside of the confines of Thanksgiving for this video and talk about gratefulness and thankfulness, and also step aside for this. Let's dismiss all the historical implications of Thanksgiving. What we're focusing on is like the concept of gratefulness and thankfulness, and I think that this kind of concept is a little bit of an SJ concept, especially ESFJ, ISFJ, but also ISTJ. There's a lot about being like listening to your elders, being thankful for what you got, being frugal, being happy about your place. Things that are more or less on the scale of goodness or morality, on different scales of morality. And there are different ways of seeing thankfulness and gratefulness, but I think that SJs are the ones that are most obsessed with this kind of idea. I think FE users are also more likely to think in terms of that because they are often about the collective, having the collective be happy. Yeah, I haven't forgotten my crochet. Well, I have temporarily, but now I'm getting back into it. So I wanted to think about what am I grateful for, and is the concept of gratefulness like useful or helpful or fulfilling for us? You know, it's hard for me to say. But I feel like there's always that pressure from society to be grateful for what you have. And especially from, our elders, our parents or other family members, or our coworkers, our boss, like be grateful for what you have. And I'm not saying that gratefulness is not a good thing. I think that can be positive for somebody's life. But I'm saying that sometimes we place too much importance on it and too much more moral value on it. Because sometimes there isn't much to be grateful about, and we are allowed to have dreams and goals that go beyond what we are currently experiencing. I think it's good to be grateful for what we have if we are in a privileged situation, which I am, and to remind ourselves that, some people have it worse, and complaining is not always useful in the long run. But sometimes the moral judgment that comes with be grateful is kind of detrimental. So I don't believe in God, so the Christian view of gratefulness and thankfulness, being thankful for what God has given us, is not a framework that I like using. For me, it's more like I was placed on this earth, I was given like I was born into a lot of privilege from, for example, the color of my skin, the country that I was born in, uh, like the socioeconomic status of my parents, and the education that I have, and that I got because of what my parents were allowed, like, were able to give me. And I have had so many gifts given to me um, by society and by the people in my family and my friends and everything, um, that have really helped me, give me a boost in my success and my life. Um, just the fact of being loved as a child is a pretty big thing. Being loved as an adult, it's not like guaranteed, it's not granted. Unfortunately, we should all have the same rights and like have our needs taken care of. And that's why I'm a socialist, because I want to make sure that everybody like has an equal footing. I mean, we'll never really get there because there'll always be economic difficulties for certain people, especially if we're in a capitalistic society. But I'm also grateful that we're not in a communist society, because I don't want to see everyone suffer, you know? So, okay, I'm grateful for a lot of things in my life. And what I do not like is people telling me to be grateful. Okay, I can be grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the fact that I am sitting in a warmed up house, and that I have possessions that help me, like I have clothes on my back. I also have yarn to do crochet with. I have the option of like doing crochet for fun rather than because I need to earn money from it. I have a job that is stable. I don't own this apartment, but I rent it for pretty cheap, so I am grateful for that. And I'm grateful for how beautiful the world is and that I'm able to live in it. I'm also grateful for the nature, especially where I live. I get to live in a place that has forests. So there are a lot of things that I am grateful for. I just sometimes I like to complain, okay? And the complaining is not actually just, telling people that I'm dissatisfied with my life. Sometimes I just need to complain because otherwise, if we never complain, then we're just repressing a lot of feelings. And also, we're not striving towards our dreams, So there is a kind of balance there that needs to be struck. I think that we should all have something at least that we're grateful for, and to keep that in mind. But telling people to be grateful is kind of, it's become this toxic thing. I mean, it wasn't meant to be that to start with, but that's how it's progressed. I'm thinking especially in American culture. I don't think that it's something that's like as big a deal in Europe, especially in France where I grew up. in France, like a lot of the culture is about complaining. So, so if you complain, like it's part of the culture to complain, you know, in a way. But here in Sweden, also, my supervisor is Polish, and we keep complaining together, you know, about things. And she's like, you know, we shouldn't be accepting certain things. We deserve better. And sometimes our Swedish colleagues like think that we are being, me and my supervisor, I mean, are being ungrateful for a situation, especially for the fact that we are doctors, and so some of these people are nursing assistants and earn like half of our wage. And I mean, it's not my fault that they have half of my wage. They should be paid more. But also, they need to, you know, sometimes it's like they think that I'm being ungrateful because of my wages if I complain about anything that is happening at my work. When actually, you know, I'm just trying to make sure that things are good for everyone and that they get improved on. So I'm grateful for the job I'm in. It's really good. We have a great boss. Today my boss told us that this is like the worst time in his career as our boss, because the politicians are not giving us any money, and we are like, it doesn't matter how much work we do, we're always going to be in debt. Like, I mean, my workplace is going to be like, the budget is not going to work, and our politicians want us to do more with less every single year. And so at this point, it's like, we can't, like, at a certain point, if we don't have enough, then we cannot do as much as other people are telling us to do. So he was pretty humble about it, my boss, and he asked us for suggestions of how we can save money, basically. And then somebody talked about, oh, well, in other countries, they don't have as good healthcare as we do, so, you know, we have it good. That is an argument, but also, like, we shouldn't be compromising healthcare just because other countries have it worse, you know? We deserve good healthcare. We don't deserve better healthcare, like, compared to our fellow citizen, or even to somebody who's not a citizen, somebody who lives in the same country as us. But, you know, I mean, we should only accept the best, you know? We can't just, like, rest on our laurels. Sometimes we deserve more. And that goes for everything. Sometimes, I mean, you know, we shouldn't settle on a relationship that makes us feel awful. We shouldn't settle in a job that also makes us feel awful. Sometimes being grateful it's not about settling for something that's kind of mediocre, you know? Being grateful is about releasing our bitterness, I think. I think it's that, mostly. It's about learning to appreciate the things that we have. But it doesn't mean that we're not allowed to dream about better things, work towards things being better or easier or more convenient or just humane. So I dislike a lot of talk about gratefulness and thankfulness. But I am thankful for a lot of things in my life. I'm thankful for you guys all on this channel. I'm glad that I went on YouTube and that I decided to do this project. I'm grateful mostly for the people in my life and the lessons that I've learned from the people that aren't in my life, really, but also from the people that still are. I'm grateful for both the people and the life in general. Just looking at the sky is such an experience, you know. I do get sometimes a little bit, turned off when Christian people. When I was little, I would one of my friends was Christian, and her family made us sit around the table and say, "We are grateful for this food that is laid before us." But I am grateful for the food. It's just I don't feel the need to do that little ritual, you know. But there's also this talk about having a gratitude journal and such. And I think that can be worthwhile to try out. But in my scale of values, gratitude is not at my top list of priorities, you know. I think gratitude is definitely one of my values and things that I want to work on, but it's not highly prioritized compared to other values that I have. Let's see, I'm just finishing this row here. Yeah, so I've probably dissed a few people on the way, you know, but I feel that we need to have this conversation. So tell me what you guys think. Have a great day.